solving this problem. And it's not the only hospital in which that's the circumstance, and I don't think I'm the only member of the Senate who believes that. So why is HRSA so unwilling to reconsider their methodology for PRF funding for new hospitals?
Senator, you are absolutely correct. You are not the first, and Rock Creek is not the only facility. Here's the difficulty. All those funds that were dispersed before 2021 were done under a formula that we could not change. That formula, to your point, relied on looking at past performance. If you're a new hospital, it's hard to talk about your past performance. That did damage a lot of these facilities that were newer. The difficulty, as you'll understand, is we could not change the statutory framework of the Provider Relief Fund and the distribution. To undo that would have meant to have to pull back all the funds. What we did do was we changed the formula with the tranches of dollars that still existed that we could move forward with. But we're more than willing to work with you and those providers in your state so we can try to address some of that. But it's tough because we can't undo what was previously used.
You described it. I'm always pleased when an administration official of any administration says they want to follow the congressional law. That's pleasing to me. It's not always the case that I find it to be the case that it happens, but I would indicate that we thought this could be better addressed in the later phases, and our conclusion was that it was not. So I'd be glad if you, again, help me get, again, to somebody who can address this issue.
Yeah, and if you'll permit me a quick response, it's not that we didn't want to, it's just that what was left with the final phases was so little, and there were still so many new incoming requests, and some facilities that had gotten no money whatsoever. For example, nursing homes had been left out in the first tranches. So it's not that we didn't want to go back, it's that what was left, we couldn't try to undo the formula requirements of the previous administration.
Thank you for your explanation.
I will now recognize myself for 5 minutes of questions. Secretary Becerra, thank you so much for appearing here today. I am, as are you, prepared to talk about the fiscal year 23 budget, but I did want to acknowledge what we saw from the Supreme Court on Monday night. If the court is really going to legislate from the bench and turn back the clock,